All right, we are live. We're doing a match preview for the final match of the season. This is American Hammers TV. We have joining me today Wayne from Dallas, familiar face.
And we have on for this one today. I'm gonna have to read this shit.
And we have Cam from Tampa, and actually he's in the process of planning a move to the Knoxville area, so he can hang out with the Knox Hammers. So that'll be kind of cool. What's up, guys?
Doing good, mate.
All right, well, it's the final match of the season, and there's a lot of rumors that Watford's not too concerned about resting their players for the Man City matchup in the FA Cup final. So they could put out a strong side, and that's what it looks like is going to happen. And they're always a tough match. I mean, Cam was talking with me about this off the air that it's always a tough match for us. Whether we win or lose, it's always a fight, whenever we face Watford. Just so happens that the big fucking moron, Chris Kavanaugh, is going to be the referee.
Oh,
and he hands out, check this stat out, he hands out 3.5 cards a game. That's his average. That's how many cards he gives out.
Is that cards he hands out to us, or cards he just hands out in general?
He hands out in general. I mean, us is probably 6.22 or something like that. Yeah, he's only handed out one red card this season, but it's just one of those. Don't mind me. It's just one of those weird stats I like to throw out there whenever we do a match preview. Talking about the referee. I don't know when the last time he did ref us, but he's only 34 years old, and he doesn't have the best track record. I could tell you this: we still only have 2 major injuries. I don't consider Reed a major injury because who the fuck is he anyway? Who is that guy?
I don't know. I think he's warming the seat on the bus on the way out, isn't he?
But Carroll and Yarmolenko. I mean, we got Cresswell doubtful with the knee. We got Felipe Anderson doubtful, and Rice both ill supposedly, and Nasri with the calf. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Let's start with Cam. What would you like to see us put out for a lineup out of all the guys we have available?
Well, honestly, I think with what we put out last match, I was kind of happy with that. I mean, I was glad to see Arnautovic get back into scoring, even though he's not has the best opinion right now. I mean, I was looking up just today. I think we've won like 1 match of the last 5 with Watford right now. So it'd be nice to kind of end the season with a cap on that, to be honest. But the problem is that it's away. So that doesn't always help. Going to Vicarage Road is always a big match. So honestly, I would be happy if he put out what he did last week. But knowing Pellegrini, he likes to mix it up constantly. So
constantly,
constantly, just like Bill a little bit.
That's the one consistency of the whole season is Pellegrini's inconsistency with the lineup.
Absolutely.
Wayne, what do you think? What would you like to see out there?
I think I'm along the same lines with that. I'd be happy with the same lineup going out there. But I think that if what can I say? I think if we get I don't know what I think something just. I apologize. I think that was something that came on my laptop just then. I think if we get ahead, which I don't know that we will do or we won't do. I don't know at all. I'd like to see some of the younger players get blooded. I'd like to see maybe a Holland come in. I don't know if he's gonna put him on the bench or not. I'd like to see a Holland come in and get a little bit of playing time. Chuck a bone to some of these younger kids. It's the last game of the season. We're not going to make it's not going to make a blind bit of difference whether we win or lose this game at the end of the day, is it? Let's be honest here. So I'd like to see Holland get some play time. I'd like to see Dianjana, get a shot at it again. I'd like to see him, shake it up a little bit out there. And I know I'm going to get spanked for this, but I'd like to see Wilshere get some playtime out there. Either give him a full game, or that's going to either show his talents off and say yes, this guy definitely deserves us giving him a shot in the next season, or a full game that's going to blow his fucking knee out, and then we know that he's going to be gone for good. Do one or the other, so we don't have to question it.
Would you have Ben Johnson out there too?
Yeah, why not?
just for the hell of it. Yeah,
Why
I
not?
agree.
Why not? I mean, the kid did a decent showing against Man City, didn't he? I mean,
Yeah.
it was a baptism of fire. But I mean, obviously, the first thing is I'd like to beat Watford. So I
Yeah,
mean,
I agree.
so I mean that
That's a
it's going
double-edged
to be a
sword.
tough one.
Yeah.
Though. I mean,
So
Watford's a tough team. They
It's
are a
always
tough team. They've invested very well over the past 3 years. They've got a coach that knows what the hell he's doing. They've got a team that's hungry, that's proven that they know how to win games. They've got a hunger for it, and they've proven that. And that's going to be the tough thing for us. Apart from the talent they've got in their squad, which they've proven they have got talent, they've got that hunger, which is the one thing that I think we lack. We lack that hunger to go out and win games, and I think that's going to be the thing that's going to be the difference between us and them. I really do.
yeah, well, we have the potential of moving up to 9th or finishing the season at 9th if Leicester loses to Chelsea and we win this match. Now, that said, I would definitely love to see the youth in there. But again, what's Pellegrini's motivation for this match? Is it 9th, or is it just, or finish as high up the table as he consistently says? Our target is just to finish as high up the table as we can. It's not to finish 7th. It's not to finish 8th. It's to finish the highest we possibly can. Now, is he serious about that? If he's serious about that, he'll put out a strong lineup. Now, remember, Snodgrass's match ban's over, so
Yeah.
he's available again. I would love to see him back in there. But the website that I always go to for these match previews is 100% always incorrect about what their predictions are. So I'm going to go ahead and read it off, and we'll see what happens. So I always check the Guardian because it's a laugh. It really is. TheGuardian.com says Arnie will be up top, Anderson on the left, Antonio on the right wing, Lanzini in the center, central mid. I'm sorry, center attacking mid. Noble and Rice. So Rice will be back in there potentially if he's not ill, and same thing with Anderson. Cresswell on the left instead of Masuaku. That doesn't make much sense. Diop, Balbuena, and Fredericks, and then Fabianski, obviously. But now the Cresswell thing, I can see kind of what you were saying about Wilshere there, Wayne. I kind of wouldn't mind seeing him get one last run out before, since the season's over. But at the same time, Masuaku's been playing great. What the fuck? Why take him out?
I can see the Cresswell deal because I mean, Watford have got a real good attacking side there, and they tend to attack on those wings quite a bit. Masuaku is not a fantastic defender.
Neither is Fredericks.
Neither
is Fredericks. They're both. I mean, Fredericks is an attacker. He's not the best defender. I mean, if you're talking defense in the wings, wouldn't you? Well, I guess speed. Never mind. I mean, yeah.
Why would you put two? Then why would you put two out there? I mean, I can see Cresswell because Cresswell is going to hang back and he's going to give you a little bit more defense there. That's something I can see. What do you guys think?
Yeah, Chris. Not Chris. I'm sorry, Cam.
I was going to say, I'd be glad having Cresswell out there. I mean, I've always liked him out there on the pitch. Obviously, he has some bad games like everyone else, but I wouldn't mind having him out there. And going back to what you're talking about, I think it would be best to finish as close as we can on the table, but I also think that it's a little, not a statement game, but I think it's kind of helps us end off the season the best we can, considering these are teams that we should be beating, especially if we want to move forward. I know they can match us with skill level, but I think it could be a little bit of a statement game just to end the season off if we can win.
I agree. Yeah. So Watford, on the other hand, they have Britos out with a teeth injury, whatever the fuck that means. Teeth. Capui or Capue, whatever the frick his name is, groin issue. He's doubtful. Prodel and our old prospect Domingo, whatever his name is, Quina, or whatever the hell his name is. I can't pronounce these shits. He's got a shoulder problem. He's not going to play. But it says Britos is out with, or is doubtful with teeth. Now,
I'm an Englishman, so everyone who's English is doubtful with fucking teeth.
Now, another funny little tip here, point here is that they have, just like us, their two highest scorers both share 9 goals apiece. I thought Deeney I thought he scored more than that, but it says here that Deeney and
I would have thought so too.
The other guy, why the fuck do they have these names?
Like Delofu, I think.
Watford, yeah, whatever. Delofu.
Ask his mother.
I don't know.
God almighty. Anyway, they both share 9 goals, and same thing with Anderson and Arnautovic. So, well, we're off to a good start today. Cool. All right. So just keep in mind, all right, our options on the bench would be, Nathan Trott, Adrian, Ben Johnson, Ugbana, Masuaku, Obiang, Coventry, Wilshire, Diangana, Perez, Holland, Snodgrass, Zandy Silva. Really? Is he?
Yeah, put Adrian out there. Give him a send-off.
I'm with you on that, Cam.
What's that?
I'm with you on that.
I think it would actually be kind of cool.
They should have done it last week, though. They should have done it in front of the home fans, But at the same time, yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to that. Listen, I think Adrian's a lot better than people are making him out to be. I wish he actually got more appearances this year, and maybe we would have conceded the 54 goals that we did.
I don't know. Come on, let's cast your mind back a bit. Let's be honest here. I love the man, but can you honestly say that you felt just as nervous with Fabianski in goal as you've done with Adrian in goal over the last couple of seasons?
Fabianski makes the most amazing saves I've ever seen in my life, but he also
with his face. He makes saves with his face. He
lets in the easiest goals I've ever seen in my life, too. And the 54 goals he's given up this year are some of the most stupidest fucking goals. And everybody's like, "Oh no, it wasn't him. It was the defenders." It's actually what the goalkeeper's job is, to prevent goals from going inside the net. So it's his fault. Okay. So anyway, we'll talk about that another time.
Yeah,
sorry. Gotta go. It's a tough position, goalie. Let's be honest here.
I know. So anyway, they got Foster in net most likely. I mean, he's gonna be back from injury there. Mariappa, Cathcart, Femenia, and Holibas in the back. They also have Dini and Delofu up top. Will Hughes most likely will be over there on the wide, along with Pereira. Pereira? Oh my God! Yeah, sure. And Ducore and so on. So they're putting out supposedly a strong lineup, and it's not just the stupid Guardian here. It's also the different YouTube channels and past previews I've been watching on both sides of the fence there that have been saying they're not going to lay down for this match. They're not. It's their last home match. They're not going to lay down. It doesn't matter if they have that FA Cup kind of final coming up. They're going to put out a strong side. So. Should be some fireworks, I'm hoping. But I don't know. What do you guys think about that? If you were Watford, would you rush your players for the Man City match, or would you look at it and say, we're not going to beat City, so we might as well, win a game here?
I'd want momentum going into the FA Cup final. End of story. I'd want momentum. I'd want to go out there. I want to. It's my last home game of the season. I want to give the fans something to scream about. I want to give them some hope. I'd want to go out there and I'd want to crush West Ham. If I was Watford, I'd want to crush West Ham like nobody has crushed them all season long. That's what I'd want to do if I was Watford. Yeah, and I most definitely I would do anything I could to crush West Ham if I was a Watford player right now.
Now, their form in the last 6 matches is about the same as ours, just mixed. I mean, with the same amount of wins, same amount of draws, same amount of losses in our last 6 games. Unfortunately, their last 2 matches were losses and ours were wins. That's the only difference, really. So momentum would actually looks like would be on our side if we can continue it. I mean, when's the last time we won 3 matches in a row?
Christmas.
Almost. Yeah. No, I'd be more the reason for them to try to get momentum, especially if they've lost the last 2. 100%. Especially it being the last home game, that would charge up everyone if they could get that win. So yeah, I agree exactly with Wayne. I mean, Dini, all those guys are going to go out there and try to put it out on the pitch. So, 100%.
Yeah,
a lot of it depends on. Once again, it depends on, do our lads have what it takes to lift themselves to that next level for the final game of the season, or are they on the beach in Marbella?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Now, that's the difference between this and last year, because last year, our last match of the season was at home.
Oh, it was great.
It was,
the Everton match.
That was the Everton match, yeah. We won 3-1. So that it's different than playing on the road for your last match, because you think that, there's more of a chance than that they would be checked out. They would be in Dubai or Tenerife or whatever, mentally, because they're like, fuck it, this is it. And we got nothing really to play for at this point, other than ninth, which really isn't a trophy or a prize. So I don't know. And obviously our track record is, not that good when it comes down to stringing matches together, win victories. So
or playing Watford either.
Well, you look, who's got something to play for? Okay, Anderson doesn't have anything to play for. He's a superstar. He don't have anything to play for.
True.
He's not going anywhere. Okay. Arnautovic, he's got nothing to play for.
That's true.
He's got nothing to play for. Perez has got something to play for because he's going. He wants big money.
That's true.
Chicharito's got something to play for.
Yeah, he's leaving for sure.
Okay. Snodgrass has got something to play for because he wants to stay. Noble's got something to play for because he just wants to. He does not want to be a loser.
Oh yeah.
I would argue that Wilshere has got something to play for because this is probably going to be his last bloody hurrah. He's got something to play for. That Rice has always got something to play for.
Yeah. And
so to me, it's like who's got something to play for and who hasn't. Those young kids, they got something to play for. They want to knock people off that team, and they want to get a look in next year. This is their last opportunity to say to have the gaffer look at them and say, oh, maybe I'll give them a look in the preseason. Maybe they should start when we go to China. Maybe they get a seat on the plane over to China.
I would like to think that all the players who won awards on awards night would have something to play for when it comes down to, thinking about all the different, away fans that are actually going to be at the match, our fans, give them a thank you because they really couldn't do that at the, the event because it wasn't that many people there. But anyway, you'd like to think that someone like, Rice, he would definitely be up for it. And same thing with Anderson. I mean, you'd like to think that they would be, but it just all depends on.
But it's like it's not a given, isn't it? Isn't it sad though that it's not a given that you can say that?
Yeah. And
that's the sort of weird season we've had that you have to say this sort of thing. But I mean, it's been so inconsistent this season. You have to weigh that up. You do have to weigh it up. What do you reckon, Cam?
I'll give it a hope that Antonio shows up because I think he will. I love that man. If he can. He could be out there with some of the youth guys. I think that'd make out for a good match, actually. I really hope we do put some youth out there. I don't think Adrian will be put out there, but I hope that we get some of the younger guys out there. So, I mean, that's what I'm hoping for is that the guys who have that mentality consistently will be out there, and hopefully it'll charge up, what we can get out of everyone else, whatever's left of our non-tradition.
I mean, the last few matches, Arnautovic has really he's shown some get up and go the last few matches, and the last match he was turning it on, so maybe he'll actually do something this time. I'd like to think he would. It would be nice if in an ideal world they'll turn up, they'll play together as a squad, they'll help each other out, they'll play 100%, and we'll get a win out of this, and that way we'll be able to say. You're right. It was a bloody weird season. It was the weirdest season we've had in donkey's years.
Yeah,
at least we finished it out, and we've got something to look forward to. Coming up with next season. It would be nice. It would be really nice to be able to say that.
Real quick, we got a lot of people in the chat room. Sorry guys, I just noticed. I just popped in there, but anyway, we got a couple new guys in here, and. We got some guys watching from overseas right now as well. We got Gary Smithhurst, Paul Walde, I think. I'm sorry, me and the pronunciations, man. Steve Mothersoul, thank you, Steve, again for watching. Gabe popped in on his lunch at school. So Gabe, good seeing you, Gabe. Ben Davies, and that's it. But listen, they like the idea of Wilshere starting. And they also love my pronunciations. And
fair play.
Gary asked me if I'm having a giraffe because of Adrian.
Do you know what that is, Tim?
No, I don't.
It's having a laugh. As a resident Englishman, I'll do the translation.
Paul says, let's try and make Elton John cry. I agree. That would be great.
That'd be lovely.
And, so Gary's actually from Nottingham, so that's cool. Thanks, man, for watching. And what was the other one here? Paul says 3 London clubs in the European finals. Did you ever think we would ever achieve? No, so do you think we will ever achieve that? You ever think
Has anyone seen the meme on Twitter today from
the carpet?
That was great. That was great.
Yeah.
You know, here's the thing. I don't know if anybody saw this. Okay, so he put in the meme. It's got Arsenal in the Europa, Chelsea in the Europa, Tottenham in the Champions League, and West Ham celebrating in the new carpet. Okay, not only is he insulting us, but isn't he insulting Liverpool as well? I mean, isn't a big deal that it's 4 English clubs in the European Championships this year?
Yeah, yeah.
So if I was a Liverpool supporter, I'd be bloody fuming. Not only has he insulted us, which he was going to do anyway because he's a twat, but he's insulting Liverpool supporters. So if there's any Liverpool supporter that's listening to this, which of course they won't be because they bloody wouldn't, I would be so pissed. I would be so incredibly pissed. So, Lord Sugar, shove it up your arsehole, mate. So we don't give a crap.
Now, Batman from Crossed Hammers, those videos on YouTube, he posted what did he say today about that? He said that, well, at least, what did he say? It's only 90 minutes in the final, but the carpet lasts a lifetime. So I agree with that. By the way, just so everybody's watching, we're going to have Batman from Crossed Hammers on our show next week sometime. The date is to be determined, but it's definitely next week. He's looking forward to it. That should be I don't know, because Nick from Crossed Hammers, Nick Tucker, actually got upset with us on the air. Remember when I threw him under the bus? I actually gave up his secret identity or something like that. And I said, "Oh yeah, it's Wayne," and he's like, "Oh, you gave it up, man." But yeah, so I think that Batman would probably be a record for swears an episode versus this one, or maybe the one last night with Gary from Gary's a close number 2, I would say, when it comes down to swearing. Yeah, and the C, the C word too, and quite a few of those, and calling people a Tottenham, not Tottenham swears, a Tottenham. Nick, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's what Gary was saying. That you know what I mean? He said that a lot too. Anyway, I don't know, guys. Like, I really hope that we put out a good squad and finish the season strong. But I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts on what do you think is actually going to happen? I mean, can we predict this? I mean, really, because it seems like when we say it's the perfect match to give Adrian a send off like last week, or the perfect match to get our youth in there like Nathan Holland last week, or whatnot. They did give Diangana a good amount of playing time, but that kid has been a dud like all season. He's just been absolutely no spark whatsoever. So I know Ben Johnson was probably the best prospect we've seen this season in his one match. I mean, I'd love to see him again, but do you really think they're going to give him a shot, or you think that they're just going to play it safe and do what we did last week?
I think we'll get a draw. I think it'll be 2-2 is what I think.
That's your prediction?
Yeah.
That's your prediction?
I'll stick with that. Yeah. I think
I'm going to say –
go for it.
Go ahead. No, go for it, man.
I was going to say that I think I have a feeling that I think we'll start out strong, but like last season or even some of the early parts of the season, we'll kind of lose the lead. That's what I think will end up happening. I hope it doesn't, but that's what I think is going to happen. We'll see.
Wayne, what's your prediction?
2-1 West Ham.
2-1 West Ham.
Yeah, and I think Fabianski blocks a goal with his head and goes straight into Watford's goal.
I would agree with the one, because Fabianski doesn't generally, other than the what is it called, the Tottenham match. Other than that, he hasn't really had many clean sheets. So anyway, sorry, I had to throw that in there. No, so my prediction is 3-2 Watford, because the last 2 matches I've predicted, I purposefully predicted 3-2 Tottenham, 3-2 Southampton, because with one. The matches before that, I was predicting us to win, and we just lost or drew, or every single one of my predictions was so fucking off. I said, you know what? All right, Tottenham 3-2, and we won 1-0. Southampton 3-2, and same result. So I'm going to go again with 3-2 Watford, and we'll see what happens. So who do you?
It's the final match of the season.
I can't either. You know what? Yeah, you're right. I don't know if it's just because we didn't really start the show till halfway through the season, deadline day, that it feels like it happened so quick. But maybe if we started our show earlier, at the beginning of the season, it might have felt longer. But I don't know. For me, anyway, I don't know.
Were you guys all watching the match?
Yeah, Cam, what are you doing, man, for the match?
Right now, we're kind of in between. A couple of us will be meeting up at the normal place that we always go to outside.
Which is?
Oh, sorry, McDitton's Irish Pub in Tampa. That's where we usually go. And the thing about the last day is that usually some of the other clubs show up. So you get a good group of everyone. It's actually kind of neat in a way.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
I'm going to be watching on my telly.
There you go.
On your telly.
Because it's Mother's Day and they got lots of stuff.
That is true. Yeah.
So, Wayne, will you be at McSwiggin's
I'll be
at the
McSwiggin's? Last time I checked the invite, I think we got anything from between 25 to 36 coming.
Awesome.
Depending on what goes on. And we've got we had a competition at the beginning of the season to guess the place, our final placing, and the points for the end of the season. And whoever gets it right gets a free 2019-20 West Ham shirt, courtesy of McSwiggin's Irish Pub in the Colony in Texas. So, which is very generous of them, which is wonderful.
That's awesome.
The funny thing is the bartender that came up with the idea of it, he said he wanted to guess 14th spot. I said, well, what are you going to do if you win? You don't want a West Ham shirt, because he was a Man U supporter. He said, I'm going to make you wear a Manchester United shirt for the first game of the next season. So I said, yeah, I'll do that. Of course, what I didn't tell him is what I was planning on doing was wearing it wrapped around my Twickenham berries. So thank God that 14th isn't something we need to worry about, because the thought of me going the whole game with a Man U shirt wrapped around me Twickenham berries is not very comfortable.
Well,
but we'll have a laugh, and then I think we're gonna head out to another little English restaurant afterwards, because there's a place called Abbey Road Eatery and Ales that's got it's the home for Man U and Man City fans in Dallas, and we're going to go along there and have a bit of a laugh and have some English food there and take the piss out of Manchester United supporters.
Yeah. They both share that at the same time when they watch it.
Yeah. I mean, they're all pretty friendly down here. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much. Thank you, Cam, for joining us. Good luck with your mover, man. And let's Wayne, thanks for joining last minute, dude. I appreciate it.
Mate.
And we're not going to have any shows until probably I don't know. If we do Wayne, it'll be during Wayne, Batman, whatever. We're going to be doing that during the week sometime. I don't know when exactly, but other than that, we're not going to have anything until. We're not going to have anything on Sunday, so don't be alarmed if we don't post anything. We're not going away. We just it's Mother's Day, so we get stuff to do. Anyway,
Mother's Day.
Oh shit! Jesus Christ.
No.
Strawberry Craft Coffee, everybody. There's a 15% off coupon in our description. It's the stuff I drink, not just every episode, every single day, man. I drink this stuff, and it's fantastic. Save 15%. Order some. I don't think they ship to the UK yet, though, so I don't know. But everybody else, order some. Now, that said, I'm going to be hopping over on to a different YouTube channel. We've had John Phillips on in the past. He's invited me on for his first live podcast. So find JPWHU TV, search it up, check it out. I'll be over there in just about 15 minutes or so. So, all right, come on, you irons. Oh, yeah, that's right. Wayne will be joining us soon. Have a great day, Cam. Have a great day. Thank you so much, Steve, Gary, Paul, Gabe, who else? Ben,
John Boy, Mary Ellen,
Steven. Thank you all for joining the live chat. I appreciate it. Spread the word, like, subscribe. Cheers.